Hello, welcome, and thank you for watching this video. It's going to be about how to make a battery for the whites metal detectors, spending as little as possible. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a battery holder. This is the original AA battery holder from whites, as you can obviously see. It's a regular battery holder I have. It's an older one I have. You're going to need to buy a battery. Now I bought this battery. This battery, it's Lipo 2.5 amps or 2500 milliamps. I bought this in Korea. It can be found in various places. The website you can get it from, it's called Hobby King. So it's hobbyking.com, www.hobbyking.com. It goes about $15. It's a thin Lipo. As you can see, it has two types of LEDs that I'm going to change. These two types of LEDs are made to work with remote controls. So this one, it's made for Futaba remote controls, and this one, it's probably made for another brand remote control. This other LED we have here, it's the balancer LED. Remember that this battery right here, it's the Lipo, so it's needing a special charger that can also be purchased at the Hobby King. The basic charger for this type of batteries costs about $5 or $6 at the Hobby King. But it needs a balancer. So you're going to need a charger that has a balancer in it in order to charge this battery. If you're not going to purchase that type of charger, well, just forget about Lipos because it's not going to work, and you need to handle them in a nice manner in order for them to last and not have any problems. Now, another thing we are going to need, it's probably, if you want it, it's not obligatory, but you can purchase this. That's a battery alarm monitor. Now what this little thing does, you can see it right there. What this thing does, it's a small alarm that once the battery reaches a certain voltage, a certain low voltage, this starts beeping. That warns you that you have to switch off whatever you're using, the metal detector or RC battery or whatever it is, in order to keep the battery safe. Now, Lipo batteries cannot be discharged lower than 3 volts per cell. So this is an 11.1 volt full charge battery. It's obviously going to go down to 9 volts. Lower than that, it's risky. So you can do it two ways. Either you monitor your voltage into your metal detector. So, like for example, I have a V3i. The V3i, you just go into the menu and you just see how much voltage you got into the battery. So you can monitor that, and once you reach more or less 9 volts, you got just to stop detecting or change your battery. Or you can either install this small alarm right here. That's the two options you got. So what else are we gonna need? Well, I'm gonna change this LEDs. I don't like this type of LEDs, so personally what I'm gonna need, it's a male-female LED. This type of LEDs right here are called DINs, and they're just a positive and a negative female and male and female connectors. So you can get whatever. I'm using this because they're very small, very thin, and they work quite well. Obviously, you're gonna need some heat shrink tubing to isolate the batteries, because it's it's very dangerous for lipos to have a short. Now you're not going to want to short a lipo battery because very nasty things can happen. It can inflate to a size that's not recommended. Obviously it's going to probably deform this battery holder, and the worst scenario, it can actually catch fire. So you don't want to have fire into your metal detector. So obviously you want to be very careful with that. Now what we're going to need to do, we're going to have to remove this little springs that are made for AA batteries. In order to do that, well, it's not very difficult. I already loosened them. I'm gonna make a zoom here so you can actually see a little better what we are gonna do. Okay, give me just 1 second here to adjust the camera. There you go. Okay, what you need to do here is put a screwdriver on the back side of the springs, and you need to open the springs a little bit in order to pull them out. Now they're already done, so you can just pull them out with a pair of pliers. You're not going to be needing this anymore, so well, it's up to you what you do. Obviously, well, one thing you want to do is take this cover off. This cover has a locking system, so what you need to do is just turn it around, push it down, and it'll come right off. There's a little, see the little tooth right there? That's going to be holding the cover in this part. Okay, so as I was telling you, this parts, you're not going to be needing them anymore if you keep the Lipo battery in your metal detector. So you can just place them away and keep them for a near future if you want to take the Lipo off and probably reinstall AA's if you want to. If you don't want to, well, you just can throw them away. Now, okay, the thing is that once we have this compartment that's completely empty, we are going to place the Lipo inside. You're going to notice that's not going to fit perfectly. Now, why is that? Because if you see here, I don't know if you actually can see that, there's some little, let me see if you can actually see them better. There you go. This little parts 1, 2, and 3 need to be cut off. Now, I'm going to do this procedure, and I'm going to do it with a pair of plier cutters, so it's going to be pretty fast. Okay, so we're back. I ended up using a small grinder to shape the inside of this holder in order for the battery to fit. Dremel tool. So you want to have it completely flat. You want to have it completely flat. Okay, once you have it completely flat, it's much easier. one other thing you might probably want to do is take this end away so the cables will fit. So you're going to be probably going to cut this off. And testing cover, this is going to be more or less there. And it closes perfectly. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is we are going to connect the battery to its positive and negative, which are basically these two LEDs. What you want to do, obviously, is cut them. You want to cut them right there. You're not going to need them anymore, so just cut them off. Okay, you cut them off, and they're going to fit exactly there. What we're going to do next is solder a positive, a negative wire, come to one side of the battery, just one side, and we're going to connect this to the other part. So I'm going to go fast forward here, so you guys don't have to wait too long. Okay, so we're back. Now let's see what I have done to finish this project. I have soldered the connectors to the battery connector, and I have soldered this, it's the alarm system, again to the same connectors. Project is basically finished. What we need to do right now is put everything in place and connect it, and just try it and see what happens. Okay, so let's see how it looks right now. Okay, we have the alarm system, the battery connector, second connector. When we want to charge the battery, we're just going to open the battery door, connect the battery on the other side, disconnect the battery, place it on the charger, and charge it with the balancing LEDs. Okay, so folks, this is basically it. Once you connect the battery, if you have the alarm system, you see there's a little LED there showing blue, means that battery power it's on. This is going to be always on unless you disconnect it. It's a small, very small LED. It's not going to drown the battery whatsoever. This is going to let us know when the battery reaches a certain voltage and we need it to actually stop detecting. So we fit everything inside the box, close it up, and we're done. Want to see how it works on the detector? Let's take a look. I have my White's V3i here. and just gonna put the battery pack in it and see the battery voltage, how it reads. Okay, ready. $11.37 volts. Now please consider the battery, it's just as it came from factory. No idea if it was already charged or not, but we still have 11.37 volts. That's the battery we just made. And it's ready to go detecting. Obviously it's overloading right now because I have it in the desk, so as you could see, again, just to show it, there's no, there you go, that's the battery we just made, and how it works perfectly. Now, total battery cost right now with that type of alarm system, it's about $50. $50 with the charger. Remember, with the charger. I'm not talking about $50 without any charger. So it's basically $15 the battery. Free shrink tubing is a few cents. I mean, you can get it anywhere. It's just a few cents. The two connectors, well, let's say the connectors cost you about $1. Then if not mistaken, the battery monitor. Okay, if not mistaken, it should be about $3. Total shipping with the charger, that's about $6. It's $10, and you need $10 more to buy yourself the battery holder, the White's original battery holder. Now, if you already have a battery holder and you just want to do this modification, obviously it's $10 less, so it's going to be about $40 total. This system, it's completely safe as long as you care about it. Don't let it fool you. If it's a Lipo battery, and you care about it, nothing's going to happen ever to the Lipo. It's just going to be as any other battery. If you do not care about it, and if you let it discharge too much, or if you don't buy a proper charger for it, then just don't do it. Don't do this modification. One more thing I want to show you guys, it's the weight on the battery. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're back with the three types of battery. This rechargeable Sanyo XX Eneloops. Okay, so it's 6 rechargeable Eneloops, 2500 milliamps. This is the battery pack we just made. So nanotech technology Lipo 2500 milliamps, and this, it's the original rechargeable battery, nickel metal hydrate battery. Okay, let's take a look at the various weights and see how they compare one to another. Okay, let's here's the scale. Hope you guys can read that. Okay, the first one, it's gonna be the original rechargeable battery. Reads at 281 grams. Let me switch it off to ounces. Okay, it's 9.91 ounces. Second up, let's try the rechargeables 2500 milliamps. It's 11.42 ounces. Okay, and the Lipo, 8.57, so it's the lightest of them all. 8.57 ounces, translated in grams, it's 243 grams. 243 grams against the original rechargeable battery, which is 281, so we've got 40 grams difference, but we have much more milliamps in the new modified battery. So guys, this is all. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to do the mod, well, just send me a PM, private message. I'll guide you through it if you didn't understand anything or part of this video. It's very easy modification, it's worth it, and it's quite cheap, and it's not very difficult. I mean, it's just a very simple modification. You just need, as I showed you, well, probably this type of cutters, you know, screwdriver, and a Dremel to take out the excess parts inside the battery in order to fit this Lipo battery. Now, this Lipo battery, let me just hold the camera a sec. There you go. Remember, 11.1 volts is the one you want. Okay, so obviously it's always going to give you more than 11.1. As we can see, it'll just out of the factory it gave 11.5 or something like it. Once it's fully charged, it'll get you about 12 volts. This is a Turnigy Nanotech matched pair, 2.5 amps. That means 2500 amps, milliamps. I'm sorry. 5C discharge. As you can see here, 2500 milliamps, 5C discharge. It's more than enough for a metal detector. You're never going to use a 5C discharge rate into a metal detector. Okay, so everything done. I hope you liked the video. If you need any more info, just send me a message. Thank you. Bye-bye.